Then we'll get ready to figure out how we're gonna make that gigantic sub box fit in here. And then, you guys aren't gonna like this. All right, sorry we didn't film much of that for you, but we just got the stereo in. We didn't plan on stereo when we put the Holley computer in the glove box, so there's not much room for my hands up in here. But I got it in, got the face all tightened up, looks pretty straight. We'll throw the knobbages on there. These have a little, that shows up on camera. See little tabs that stick down inside of that hole right there? These have little slots in them. As long as you line those up, in theory those knobs should just push right on. Notice we said in theory because nothing ever works exactly right for us. Okay, I didn't plug the RCA cables and stuff into the back of that before I put it in. So, I suppose I will lay on my back, some more classic car yoga, plug those in. All right, so we put a Bluetooth controller box in here. You probably saw it laying down next to the floor. It's all zip tied up behind the dash. This is the little controller. So that's the pairing light. There's a little Bluetooth pair button right there. You can't really see it, it's black on black. But you need to have access to that. So I think my plan is to bring it over here and double side tape it to the top of the Holley computer. Then I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try to run the microphone for hands-free calling back around in and into the ashtray so that when you wanna make a hands-free call, you pull the ashtray down and this microphone will basically be in the ashtray. So it's not out anywhere funky in the car. It's a little MacGyverish, but I think you gotta do cool stuff. Nobody in this car smokes, so there's no reason for an ashtray. It might as well be a microphone holder, right? See how it works? All right, so check this out. We got to pick up some double-sided tape, but this is gonna work beautiful. That button's gonna be right in there. You'll just push the button on the top, and then when you open the ashtray, there's the microphone. So you open the ashtray, make your call, close her back up. No misplaced microphones around in the interior. I think that is what we're gonna roll with. Other than that, I believe we are golden and ready to head to the trunk. Get some amps put in, some speakers mounted, and then we'll make some sound out of this girl. Should be a good day. All right, so I'm in the Mafia trunk of the 55. We've got the sub amp mounted down. Everything's happy with it. We're gonna go ahead and mount our full range amp and get it in, get all of this wiring that we've pulled from the front connected to our amps. Then we'll get ready to figure out how we're gonna make that gigantic sub box fit in here. And then, you guys aren't gonna like this. We're gonna pull this panel out right here, and we're gonna cut a hole in it right over here to match this one. And we're gonna put 6x9s in the rear deck lid. It's already got one speaker cut into it, so not horrendous. Nobody leave us ugly comments about cutting the rear valance of a 55, but it needs to be done. This thing needs sound, and there's no other place to put speakers. Here, we've got some custom pieces for the front, but those are gonna be in a later video. We're gonna get to mounting things and cutting holes. So our screws that came with our amp weren't long enough to go through the sound deadening and the floor of the car. So I have these self-tappers, but the heads are too big. Luckily for us, we have the belt sander. So we're just going to make us some smaller headed screws. I like to burn my fingers. Makes me sad. We need one of these in our shop. Three down, one more to go. Should be perfect. Smoking. Well, that one went through like in a hurry. Definitely was not expecting that. Okay, that's two. There it goes. Well, that's three wins. Well, the problem is, it won't come back out. Maybe she's gonna be good. That ain't going nowhere. I think she's solid. Looks like we can get all the stuff hooked in. Bring it around, little swoopty-swoopties. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't know if I like it a lot or not, but I like it enough to be what it is. All right, new development. We actually read the description on the boxes, and what we thought was a full range amp was another sub amp. So we've made the decision to pull one of the sub amps out, ordered another full range amp, or ordered a full range amp, and we're gonna mount that when it comes in. We're gonna do all the wiring, get everything ready, but for today, we're going to get our sub amp wired in, our sub box installed, and our rear deck speaker cut in so that that's all ready to go. But that's the plan. Good plan, bad plan, it's a plan. All right, let's show you what we've done here. We took this new speaker and used screws and lined it up in the existing bolt holes. And then I took the trusty old marker, which is somewhere, there it is. Trusty old marker. And we drew around the speaker. Then I took the speaker out and I marked out the distance off for the edge of the speaker so that that land edge still had some purchase on there. And there we have our cutout. Now, theory says that if I cut the inside of that out, that speaker should drop right in there and we should be perfect. The hard part is now I have to recreate that cutout in that side of the rear package tray. No stress, it's got to be in the right spot perfectly the first time without screwing it up. So, what the heck, let's give it a try. All right, so we're going to attempt to cut this out with a nibbler so I don't have to be inside of this car with a screaming body saw. I don't know how this is going to work, but we'll find out. I'm impressed.
That was a lovely noise.
Oh, it was probably great. I got earplugs in. I don't know. Okie dokie. Pretty close. A little trim. I think right here, where I haven't got up to the line yet. It'll probably be all right. She's good because the package tray cover leaves it up just a little bit. So that should be perfect. We will drill the witness holes in up here, and then we'll call her good. That looks proper, right? 2 or 1.75 inches. 1.75 inches. It's exact.
There you go.
All right. So now we shall draw. Okie doke, don't drop it and don't poke yourself with those screws. No, it's not that thick, but I don't want to have it bite and slap the window or my arm or a wing nut running this thing. Ding dong! I think that is just beautiful. I think it's close enough. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Tyler approves. I think we're going to go with it. All right, we are down to running positive and negative cables for the power to the amp. Working on the positive now, getting a fuse put in so we don't burn the car up in case things go south. Oh, that sucker's strong. I thought I had it cut. And we will get a ground cable. The ground cable that came with the kit, a little shorter than I would like, or probably the reality is we ran it farther away from the battery than they would like. But we're going to run a ground cable all the way back to the battery just so we have good ground. We're probably 15 minutes away from hearing this thing make some noise. So I'm ready. It's been a long day. It's been a long couple days. Sound deadening and stereo install. A lot of little tedious work like puzzles with no pictures, but we'll get there. On to wiring. All right. So we've got the sub box in here temporarily. We don't want to hard mount it down because we've got amps coming for the highs and mids. So we just set the sub box in here. We need to test to make sure the sub amp is going to work. So we are going to go in and turn the stereo on and see if we can get some music through here. I had hooked my phone to it earlier when we were testing the head unit. So we should be okay. Let's see what we get. Fingers crossed. I hear noise. All right, let's see what we get. It's just sub, so you're not going to get to hear any actual music. So I'm not too sad with that.
Can you go louder?
Can it go louder?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's not even halfway. So, all in all, productive day for the parts that we have. There is, we should have read the box and figured out that we didn't have a mid and high amp, but that's what we do. That's what we do. That's what we do.
That's what we did.
So we're going to get on out of here for tonight. Think we have a check in the positive. We will get that amp delivered. Once we get the amp delivered, we'll throw that in with the rest of the carpet. Cooper's still working on the tent for the back. That's a very complex window. Surprising how hard tent is. But we'll leave this torn apart for him. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.